Purnawirawan Jenderal India Gagan Bakshi menekankan bahwa militer negara itu dengan mendesak perlu memperoleh pesawat tempur Sukhoi Su-57 buatan Rusia di tengah ketegangan regional yang sedang berlangsung dengan Pakistan, meskipun ada resiko sanksi sekunder dari AS. Dalam sebuah wawancara di Gurgaon pada Selasa lalu, Bakshi menyoroti meningkatnya ketegangan regional dan perkembangan militer yang semakin cepat di negara-negara tetangga seperti China sebagai alasan untuk memperoleh pesawat tempur generasi kelima yang diproduksi oleh Rusia.
I took part in the Bangladesh War 71 war for the liberation of Bangladesh. At that time, my generation remembers with the greatest gratitude how our Russian friends had gone all out to help us. Any weapon that we wanted was laid on the table and given to us at very discounted prices. And in battle, we found the Russian weapons very rugged, very effective, very, very lethal, right? So, we remember that whole war with so much of gratitude for our Russian friends and what they did. I still remember when the Americans sent in their 7th Fleet into the Bay of Bengal, the Russians had come in with their nuclear submarines to help us and to see that they don't cross certain limits. So that is the, it is a tried and tested relationship. It is a historic relationship between the Indian and the Russian people. And we've always stood by one another. That is why I was a bit surprised when, as part of this, India-US trade deal, of course, we were very happy that the tariffs had been brought down because that helps a lot of our, formal employment sector. Otherwise, people were getting unemployed. But we were a little surprised, taken aback to hear Donald Trump say that India would have to cut all purchases of oil from Russia. I thought, we are a sovereign country, man. We don't take dictation and orders from any other country. We make our own decisions. We value our strategic autonomy. So, I was happy to hear the Foreign Secretary give the clarification that in matters of energy security, India will make its own decisions. India will follow its national interests. Now, coming to the issue of the Su-57, 5th generation stealth fighters. Do we need them? Of course we need them. And the fastest possible. China has over 300 5th generation stealth fighters. It has already introduced the 6th generation fighter. In the next about 5 years, it will have about 1,000 5th generation stealth fighters. Pakistani pilots are today, even as I speak, in China getting training on the J-35 5th generation stealth fighter. We simply can't afford a situation where Pakistan introduces the 5th generation stealth fighter before us and puts the Indian Air Force at a disadvantage. I mean, it is unacceptable from the security point of view. We need the Su-57. Yes, we are buying the Rafales, 114 Rafales, but that is to cater for the phasing out of the Jaguars, Mirage 2000s, etc., right? Strike fighters. So, we are going in for a strike fighter in the Rafale. But we still need, it's a totally different class of fighters. We still need the 5th generation stealth fighter from Russia. Why from Russia? Why not the F-35? Because the Americans don't want to transfer technology. The Americans don't want to share the source codes. They won't let us manufacture it in the country. They will have a kill switch. At the right time, they can bloody switch off that plane and all our billions of dollars that we spend will go waste. That aircraft is so expensive to maintain and operate. The Russian aircraft the Russians are willing to give us transfer of technology. They are willing to let us manufacture it. They are sharing the source code so that we can arm it with our own Astra beyond visual range missiles. We can put our BrahMoses on this. right? We already have the example of the BrahMos cooperation between India and Russian scientists, and we produced a wonderful supersonic cruise missile which has worked wonders in the Operation Sindoor. The S-400 Triumph has worked wonders. So quite obviously India would like to buy more of it. We've already ordered 5 batteries, 3 have been delivered, 2 are coming. We are told they'll come this year, but we said we need 5 more, and maybe we need the S-500. So who is America to tell us what we should buy for our national defense? I mean, they can offer us their goods and we will take a call as to what suits us. It is our money. And by the way, just by the way, $1 billion we gave to the Americans, and for the GE 404 engines, right? 5 we've got total. We had received 2, then we raised a lot of bravo over 5. So, I mean, we'd like to go to trustworthy, tried and trusted friends like Russia, like France, like Israel. Previously, we used to be in a buyer-seller relationship, right? We had to pay for everything, spare parts, upgrades, everything. Then we want to now get on to the Atmanirbhar model. We want to make aircraft in our own country, and we want to produce our weapons and technology all in our own country, the Atmanirbhar route. The Russians have been very, very cooperative in that. The best example, like I said, is the BrahMos. We jointly developed it and we fielded it. Even the Su-57 was being jointly developed when there were some, disagreements about how stealthy is it or not. But now, it is a fully developed, deployed fighter. It's more or less combat proven because it's taken part in the Ukraine conflict. Not in a very major way, but yes, it has. And now we are going to do joint development. On the Su-57, we can put our electronics, if we have more improved radars, we'll be able to mount them. We'll be able to mount the BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles onto this. We might get the Russian Kinzhals and the hypersonic missiles, right? We can mount our BVR Astra so that they can speak to one another. And to that extent, it is advantageous. So I think we will focus on our national interest as far as any deals are concerned.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.